Singapore! We were only in Singapore for 2 nights, about 1.5 days, so really quick trip. We really liked Singapore, but I don't think you really need that much time there because for an Asian city it's quite expensive.
So the tips we have for visiting Singapore. Singapore is a very multicultural city, so because there's loads of cultures, they're very accepting of what you want to wear and how you behave, but just be careful in certain areas. Okay, so the currency you'll be using when you're here is the Singapore dollar, so just make sure you've got that before you arrive.
You don't have to pay for a visa when you're into Singapore, which is great, but they give you a bit of paper that's to do with the visa. Everything they give you, keep in your passport and do not lose it.
Because otherwise you're not allowed out of the country.
Transport and cost.
You've got your buses, taxis and underground. Underground we found was a really good one. It's really well air conditioned, really clean.
And really cheap. And another thing that's quite good to know is that the buses don't give change. When you get on the bus, make sure you have a lot of small change with you.
So the third option is taxis when you're getting around Singapore. They're obviously the most expensive option, but they're not going to break the bank, so they are an option for short journeys. Things to do while you're there.
Singapore Zoo. The Singapore Zoo is pretty cheap, it's only £15, but it takes quite a while to get there if you're going to go by public transport. So make sure that you leave at a good time in the morning, otherwise you'll miss all the feeding times. There is a night safari at the zoo, but our parents went there when they visited and they actually said that it wasn't good and they wish they'd just gone to the day one. We wanted to make sure that we didn't contribute to any animal cruelty. With Singapore Zoo, it is really great, but just to warn you, there are elephant shows and there's a polar bear there. It does kind of look all very sad. But apart from that, it's a really good day out, so I would still go.
Every night at 7:45 and 8:45 at Gardens by the Bay, there is an amazing light show that is completely free of charge. So it's all behind Marina Sands Hotel. It's a great way to fill your evening after a nice dinner.
And of course, while you're in Singapore, you've got to check out the Marina Sands Hotel. I think you can go up there for a quite expensive drink, but I think it'll be worth it because it will have amazing views.
There's a great food market called Gluttons Bay Street Food. You can get all types of Asian cuisine here. The food is really good, the atmosphere is great, you get to sit with all the businessmen from the financial district, you're all on big tables, it's a brilliant place to visit and obviously great food as well.
It's also, again, really cheap. Also, while you're in Singapore, you've got to make sure that you go shopping. There's amazing shopping centres there, they're absolutely huge. As a backpacker though, you're going to have to watch yourself because it's very tempting. This has been a really short video. We were only there for a day and a half. I wanted to make sure we did a video because we really love Singapore, and if we make a stopover at some point, then we would really recommend Singapore.
But as always, check our website for further information on Singapore, and of course our channel for all our other videos on the other countries that we visited. The link is below.